14 years old, I was head of household. I'm talking about cooking, cleaning, working, braiding my sister's hair, helping buy school clothes, and aunts and uncles would move into the house to help us. But they were all Ivy drug users. There's a movie called New Jack City, and there's a kid in there that always triggers me when I watch that movie because I was that kid who held the mother's arm who, while she shot drugs, held the father's arm while he shot drugs, and and was preferred over the tie because of my grip. And so it was a different childhood. And if you would have asked a question about my childhood, would I have said that it was bad? I would have said no because I never felt unloved, I never felt unwanted, and I never felt hunger. And so it was what it was. And so I share this because I don't regret or blame any of that, and probably I wouldn't be as candid as quick if my mother and my grandmother were still alive, because it has equipped me with a level of strength and perseverance that I know came from survival. I have 3 books. This is Breaking the Cycle. This is a workbook. This is a fundamental, foundational book that is designed to help you develop a Christian foundation. What I think it was the foundation that kept me. You know, I can remember praying in certain situations, and then I've always had a call on my life, always. So I've known that. So I've been the counselor of everybody, and so I think that's how God kept Himself present with me. My mom and my dad. My mom had a really strong feeling for my dad, and she really respected him. My grandparents. So I had images, but the first time that I had anything that was healthy, I was clean and I was in church. This is Man Made by Grace. It's written originally with the mindset of brotherhood. The first man that made any significant impact in my life, his name is Willie White, who was my grandfather, who I didn't learn till I was an adult. He was a step-grandfather. My grandmother married a man with the same name as her son that she had in Alabama. He was from Georgia, but Frank was from Georgia, and they migrated up here. And so my grandfather's name is Willie White. Why would I not think that's not my grandfather? He taught me about integrity. He taught me about honesty. I can remember stealing something out of John's carryout one time and I didn't get whooped by him. I got whooped by my grandmother, but he gave me the worst disgust. I'm disgusted with you. He said, he said, from this day forward, if you cannot afford it, you do not need it. I don't care what it is. If you cannot pay for it out of your pocket, you don't need it. And I better not ever catch you stealing nothing, because the same thing that you stole, all you had to do was ask me, and I got you. And that's kind of how I grew up. So there wasn't a whole lot of need for outside role models, because I did have good role models inside the house. And then, honestly, Church of Jesus was always like a beacon. They used to have Easter service at Church of Jesus, where every year, if I did nothing else, I would evangelize the South End, and we would take kids, droves of kids, to go to Church of Jesus for the concert. And we would go up in the balcony, and we would praise our little heads off. No adult supervision, and nobody paid any attention to that. After the concert was over, we would all trek all the way across town. And this is a daily meditation called My Peaceful Port Daily Meditation. This is a tool that will help connect you daily to your walk with God. I never was in a committed relationship based on what I know now. Because there's been a couple women that have been in the in the target, and I have one young lady. I won't say her name. That I probably have been with the longest. We got in a relationship when we were 16 and 18, 16 and 17. She's about a year and a little over a year older than me, and we were together for about 4 years. Then we broke up. We were also in active addiction together. We were a lot of different things, and then when I got clean in '97, we also got back together and we tried it for about 18 months. And that time she got clean for me, and it was different. And we tried it. And I told her, if it don't work with you, and this was one of those self-fulfilling prophecies, I said, if it don't work with you, I'm never marrying anybody. I didn't want to say that, but the process of what that feels like when you say that, I think honestly, if I had to say it, it would be with her. That would be who I had fell in love with the most. Audio Jungle.